The Kath and Kim star got into a fiery exchange during Monday night's show that highlighted how personal the issue of gay marriage was for her. Szubanski does not support holding a plebiscite to decide the issue and asked why gay marriage was being singled out for an opinion poll. She believes the issue should be decided by a parliamentary vote, drawing on her own experiences. Szubanski spoke about feeling suicidal when she was 11 and 12 years old when she thought being a lesbian would mean she'd have an absolutely terrible life. The difference between LGBTQI people and any other minority is that in every other minority group, the family shares the minority status. She said, as an LGBTQI person you are a minority of one within your own family. It is such a precarious feeling. She said it was humiliating and denigrating that gay couples could not marry. It means you are not considered to be a fully human person, she said. Every time they knock back those bills in Parliament, how do you think we feel? We know it's telling us we're lesser. That contributes to the lack of self-esteem and the self-harm that LGBTQI people have done to ourselves for decades. But it was an exchange with Deputy Nationals leader Fiona Nash that got her really fired up. Nash was defending the government's decision to back a plebiscite when Szubanski appealed to her to think of it from a more personal perspective. Szubanski, one simple question, do you think I'm equal to you? Nash answered, of course I do. Szubanski, if I was your daughter, and I'm being gay, would you think that I should have the right to be married? Nash, I've been asked this question a lot over the last 12 months and my response was that my view is still the traditional view of marriage. I love my children regardless of what they ever brought home for me would make absolutely no difference at all. I completely respect your view and your desire to see that as equality. Szubanski, but you won't give me my rights. Thanks for nothing. Manager of opposition business Tony Burke said he thought Labour would oppose the plebiscite, meaning the legalisation of gay marriage could be shelved. We will oppose it, my instincts are telling me, he said. Asked whether she would support a parliamentary vote instead of a plebiscite, Independent Senator for Tasmania Jackie Lambie said she would love to get a plebiscite on other issues too, such as the terminally ill and reconciliation. Szubanski also tried to get Lambie to understand the issue on an emotional level. I want to address you on a more personal level, Szubanski said to Lambie. You have an unconventional family yourself. Jackie, you're a single mother. I would fully support you in that and always have, and it's been because people have pushed through humane reforms that you know. However many decades ago, you would have been treated terribly. I think that is so wrong. That is what is happening to me and my community now. But Lambie didn't engage with the comments, saying that there were still plenty of single mums who were being treated wrongly. At least Szubanski had rocker Jimmy Barnes in her corner. I have friends who lived in Ireland and it was very, very ugly. Barnes said of Ireland's gay marriage referendum, it got really below the belt. While the referendum in Ireland was successful at legalising gay marriage, Barnes said he didn't know if Australians would want to put their children and families through the same thing. I don't think it's necessary when that is what the government is supposed to do. Like I said at the start, no one asked us when they changed it in the first place, he said, referring to John Howard's decision to change the Marriage Act in 2004 to define marriage as between a man and a woman. Barnes, who has just published a book detailing his difficult childhood, added, I come from a traditional family, heterosexual family. They weren't good parents. Times have changed. Early in the program, Szubanski summed up what it means to be a modern family in Australia. Now, Jimmy and I are family. I'm the godmother of his granddaughter. He's a Scottish migrant. I'm a Polish-Scottish migrant. His wife is Thai. I'm a leso. We're that modern family. Szubanski said. What threat does it pose except I don't have the same rights as the other people? That's crap. Discussion on the show also delved into issues of racism, domestic violence and substance abuse before moving on to a video question from singer Josh Pike about the Productivity Commission's draft report on intellectual property, which has recommended copyright protection be shortened to 15 to 25 years. It's hard enough to make a living as a creator in Australia without eroding out copyrights. Quote, Pike said, the change would reduce the length of time artists get royalties for their material, and Deputy Nationals leader Fiona Nash said there would be a lot of consultation before any changes were made. Both Szubanski and Barnes supported Pike. If you don't have that protection, how can it be anything other than state-sanctioned theft? Szubanski said. Barnes said he wouldn't have a career. Some of these songs that I've performed were written 45 years ago, he said. But it was Jackie Lambie who summed it up best, holding up a copy of children's book Possum Magic. The senator said, where else can Australians write about Vegemite and pumpkin bloody scones? Only Australians can do that. Your Productivity Commission, that's crap, she said to Nash. Shouldn't have got there in the first place. Your Productivity Commission, that's crap, shouldn't have got there in the first place. At Jackie Lambie #CandaPic. Twitter.com, Griftwed.